Breakfast sandwich or sandwiches. Let's talk about it. Good morning. It is actually morning, guys. This is weird. It's usually when I do a regular video, huh? Good morning, everybody. My name is Rob. That's Caren. I call her mom, and we are the hosts of The Taste, a show that basically eats food and talks about it.
Taste
So,
it.
exactly, right? So if you watch the first few episodes, we've done chicken sandwiches. Now we're moving on to the breakfast sandwich, which really doesn't have too much of a backstory to it. Apparently, according to historians, they started over in London and then eventually made it their way here. But what I know of it, according to multiple television shows, because we all know TV is true, right? Many restaurants decided that workers needed something easy to bring to work in the morning and decided to start putting things between two pieces of bread. Fast forward, we now have biscuit sandwiches, egg McMuffin sandwiches, and a couple others that I one of these just smells so bad, but we'll talk about it in a minute. But the breakfast sandwich is actually a very clever food science. Is that the right word for it?
I'm
Food
not sure.
invention, right? When was the first time you remember eating what you would think of as a breakfast sandwich?
On my way to work, in a rush, starving, went through the fast food and went through, of course, McDonald's, because back in the day, really that was, well, at least I think it was the sandwich. When I think back at it right now, you know,
Well, it's funny because according to what I read earlier when I was doing research, is that the history literally jumped from original breakfast sandwich to the egg McMuffin. So McDonald's, which I think was 64 or 65 when they first opened, they started with the burgers, they started with the shakes and all that stuff. But I think down the line they realized breakfast might be profitable.
right.
So we have four, one
Yes.
of them being McDonald's. However, this one is probably the strangest thing I've ever seen. Now, I have to caveat because I watch a certain channel on YouTube, and the guy loves this thing. Like, he swears by it. So this is either going to be the best thing in the world or probably make me,
Gag. So
yes.
what are we
So
doing
this
first?
is known as the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle. And for
Oh,
those of you outside America that might be watching, you're probably thinking, what the hell is a McGriddle? Well, somebody apparently decided to take the buns off and use pancakes because, well, I mean, as much as a McDonald's pancake would be.
I just realized that's what that was. I
Yes.
was thinking
And
it
not only
was.
that, though, you know what that smell is, right? They decided to inject syrup into the pancakes to make it a full on meal, right? I
Okay.
know, you hate me for this right now, I know.
I was
But,
going to say, you go first.
oh my Lord. Okay.
Oh my
Yeah, you
gosh.
want to talk about it while I take a few
Yeah.
bites?
Okay. So we have pancakes that have been infused with syrup, and you can totally smell it. And I didn't know what that smell was until you told me. So pancakes on either side.
Oh
Um,
my God.
it's yeah, and then it has like a square egg. It looks like a scrambled egg patty, I guess. And then on top, below that, or on top of that, is your sausage, and then finally American cheese, because it couldn't be any grosser than it already
Do I
is.
really have to do this? Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, I'm going to say something. That is not nearly as bad tasting as I thought it was going to be. However, there's a reason why pancakes are not bread.
It's crumbly. It's like soggy and crumbly all at the same time. And for me, way too many flavors. Yes, I like the savory, sweet thing that's going on here with the make the syrup, I guess, and then the sausage is savory. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking I need to take at least one of the pancakes off. I am not sure. I'm going to take one more bite, Rob, because I think we need to have at least a second bite. I'm just going to not do all the pancake.
Yeah, 2 bites was more than enough and never again. So sorry to the person who likes this. This is not my cup of tea. But I will give them points on, because I know we talk about the look. I will give them points on creativity because they're the only ones I can think of as far as fast food goes that decided to do this. So good on the person who.
I like to say there might be a reason that they're the only people who decided to do this. I'm not sure. All
All
right.
right, so let's get a palate cleanser now. What do you say we hop over to the Burger King one? Which
And
again,
that,
I'm doing this in order of what looks like the worst because I gotta say, usually Burger King is not this bad, but it's pretty greasy looking. Like this
and
is
it's yeah, it is actually I think the smallest, meaning the squishiest. Let's see. So it comes again in this wax paper like the McDonald's did in the griddles. And let's see. Oh, and it's got a croissant. Okay, so the McDonald's had a pancake, and BK, Burger King, not to be outdone, decided to put it on a croissant. Now, we all know croissant is supposed to be flaky and buttery. This is not flaky. This, in fact, is soggy and gross. Okay, so we have on here the croissant. We have the sausage. We
the
have, again,
typical square egg.
the famous square egg, but this one actually looks cooked. Where I don't know if you can see, it's brown. It's literally cooked. So the other one was completely yellow and white. Okay, here we go.
You know, this reminds me of those Jimmy Dean frozen breakfast sausages that you get at the market. That's what this is.
Yeah, and to be honest, the sandwich may be very good if it didn't have the croissant on it because it's taking away. It's so it takes away from the whole sandwich. In fact, all I'm tasting right now is the croissant. So I say this is going to the very bottom of my list because
I actually took 3 bites of that.
okay.
That was actually fairly good.
Well, there you go. Different strokes
There
for
you go.
different folks. All right.
All right, now, speaking of croissant, we're going to head to Wendy's, who also tried to duplicate their croissant. And they actually use what's funny, because usually it just says cheese, right? This is
Mhm.
the egg, sausage, and Swiss. They specifically talk Swiss. And because I told Krista, I'm like, Swiss is not something I like generally. But I'm wondering if it's maybe a different flavor profile.
And the other thing, Rob, do you notice that this is literally in a tinfoil wrapper? And the reason why I like this is that it keeps the heat in. Because as we know, these
Yes.
have been sitting for a little while.
Yes, guys, I apologize. These probably look better when you
So
get them fresh.
and we talked about this last time. Wendy's does a square. And I'm not really sure why they do a square. We talked about the square hamburger going on the edges. It makes it look like it's a bigger patty. They did the same thing here, but in this case, the bun is square. The sausage
And
patty is square.
you know, they call it a croissant, but this kind of just looks like flat bread.
Yeah, I
It
don't.
almost
Yeah,
looks like they lost the croissant
yeah.
appeal.
We'll see if it tastes like croissant, though.
Oh my god.
Oh, sorry, I can't eat. Okay, whoa.
It's not so much the inside, but that bread. I feel like I just ate a giant loaf of like white bread. That is.
And the sausage is literally chewy, like a. It's like a rubber band. Not that I eat rubber bands, but it has that chewy thing going. Like, yeah, okay. So that just went to the bottom. I would actually say Burger King is better. Okay.
All right, all right. So we got one more, and this is Jack in the Box. And I will tell you, when I first thought about what we were eating here, this one, before I saw it, I said, this is going to be the one I don't want to eat. However, if you look at it, this is probably the biggest one we have, right? This is actually
Yeah.
a hefty.
Yep. And the bun is not soggy. That's a big
And
difference.
you notice it's a hamburger bun. They use basically a hamburger bun on their breakfast burger.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not soggy. It has the same egg. In fact, it looks like the egg from the other, and it has cheese and sausage. So there is definitely a theme amongst all of these. They all have the bun of some sort. They have sausage, they have cheese, and they have the egg. Okay, here we go.
All right, let's take a bite. All right.
This is actually this is good.
This kind of is something you would get like at a restaurant if you're buying a breakfast sandwich. This
It's
actually is put
yeah,
together.
it's pretty significant. It's got a, you know, you can get your hands around it without feeling that you just smushed the whole thing. It's got substance. I kind of like this one.
All right, Jack in the Box.
Who knew?
Who knew? See, I was going to it thinking because of what I'm used to eating from them before, and then I'm totally shocked years later when I eat it again and I go, "Wow, you've actually upped your game."
Yeah. Um. So it would appear. Well, actually, so I'm looking back at the McDonald's for a second because it actually is the thickest one, but that's because of these pancakes. And if it didn't have pancakes and just had a bun, then I think it would be pretty much a tie between the two of these. I'm getting caught up in that syrup on the pancakes.
Hmm.
But other than that, I think the sandwich itself is pretty good. But I really think that this Jack in the Box one, surprised as
I
I
just
am,
went back in for like 3 more bites. That was actually
yeah,
really good.
surprised as I am, if this is actually, and the bun, as I said, the bun is solid. The bun is not falling apart in my hands, which all the other ones did.
Well, I mean, what would you expect with pancakes, I guess? But yeah, I
I
am
know.
very, because last time I thought Wendy's was the best. I'm actually very shocked that Wendy's was like the least today, which just
Whoa.
goes to show, I guess you don't go to Wendy's for breakfast, you just go there for anything.
Chili. You go there for chili.
For chili, there you go. Yeah.
So, Rob, you put together a nutrition facts on all of these. So,
Yes.
the extreme sandwich,
So
which
that's the Jack in the Box. Yeah.
which is the one we actually like the most, has the most calories, 670 calories. It has the most fat, wow, 48 grams, and of course, the most sodium. Now, interesting, look at the McDonald's one, which is the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle. Both of them have almost the same amount of sodium, but
Hmm.
the calories are a good 120 less, and the
Right.
fat is less as well. But I can't get past the pancakes. I just can't get past them. The egg and cheese, the sausage, egg, and cheese croissant.
So that's the Wendy's one. Yeah.
That's the Wendy's one that we said is. I think was I that for me was second. I no, actually that was no, that's not second. What is that? That's the worst. Actually,
That's number 4 for you. Yeah.
yeah, and then the last one is the sandwich. Um,
Oh,
oh,
so yeah. So that was Burger King's croissant, which that was there trying to be funny and,
yeah. So I guess that's the answer to how many different ways can you make a sausage, cheese, and egg sandwich? My vote is going to be for Jack in the Box.
I will easily agree with you on that one. I second might be in this case Burger King, but to be honest, I think Jack is at the top, and the other 3 are just
Yeah,
down at the bottom.
I might put the McDonald's one, but only if I could take off those pancakes. And maybe they make it a different way without the pancakes. Maybe they do just a traditional. I don't know.
I don't know. Now, I will shout out the promo for next week because I know we're going to try a similar breakfast idea, but we're going to go to a restaurant that is not known for breakfast sandwiches and actually makes their sandwiches more sandwichy, so to speak.
Is that a verb?
And it'll be interesting to see because what I hope people will notice comparing this to the other one is how a classic fast food kind of does it the burger way, but another fast-ish food does it more of a, let's say, deli style breakfast sandwich, maybe,
Well,
But this was a lot of calories, and I feel like I need to go to bed and probably not eat for the rest of the day. I'm
yeah, I
good.
feel like I need some napkins to wipe the grease off because it really is bad. But we have some swag because you always need something to wash this down. And so I'm going to suggest that first you check out the coffee mug, which is kind of cool. It's got a reverse contrast thing going on. It's dark on the inside and white on the outside, and it says the taste. Go ahead and scan this, and it will take you right over to the store because when you're having your breakfast, you might want to have some coffee along, or hot chocolate, or something, or tea. But if you are not a coffee or tea drinker and you just like your water, then check out the water bottle. This thing is so cool. It comes in white and in silver. Mine, I'm getting one of these. In the silver, I'm getting one in the silver because I like everything silver. It's a really good price, actually. And the shipping, just add the shipping to it. We have 2 other items, Rob. This is the apron for those of you who maybe you bake or you barbecue or you just make a general mess whenever you do something.
If you need a bib when you eat, you can just
Bib. That would be a nice choice. And then, of course, the tri-blend T-shirt. And this is unisex, meaning male and female, and any gender that wants to can wear this particular T-shirt. And I know, Rob, you have some other things that are in the store as well. So when you guys go check this out, you will see this as well. Let's see here. So if you missed the QR codes, guys, or you missed the thing, it's all the things are clicked into the chat. So go ahead and click on that and go. Let us know which ones are your favorites, right? I mean, we agreed, right, that the surprisingly enough, Jack in the Box was the winner.
This was much quicker of a decision than I expected, but yes, Jack in the Box, good on you. We'll see what happens next time and see, because that one's going to be one company, but we're going to see if they can do any of their sandwiches well.
Right.
We will see. But yeah, I had fun. I definitely need some Tums and probably to lie down for a while because now I understand why people on television that do this, oh my God,
spit out the food in between. Now we know why Guy Fieri does that. Okay.
There you go.
There you go. We'll see you guys next week. Hope you had fun. Bye-bye, everyone.